crazy seeing because you see the house and the neighborhood, and you just remember what it was really like. Because when it's been like 6, 7 years, you remember things, but you don't remember exactly how it was. Going to the world's fastest pop machines.
Why do you have to narrate everything? I just want a video of it.
Well, because that's the whole point. I just want to blow Kenzie's mind with how fast this is. And so as you go there, you just remember all this stuff, and you remember growing up there and your past and everything that you kind of just forget about because you don't go back there anymore. And so it's like a piece of yourself that you've forgotten about, and then you kind of like dig it up again. So you like see the house, and you think of all the times like the things you did in the house, and the fun you had, and you think of the ravine, and you think of all the games we played, and the adventures we went on, and the stupid stuff that we did, and the vines that we swung on, and the pottery we made, and the stream, and the waterfall that used to be there, and jars that we would find because there's like a little junkyard next to the stream that people would just like used to throw their stuff out. So we'd find really old medicine bottles and step back into the past, but also seeing the changes that had taken place and how much the plants and trees had grown. Imaginary games. We'd go to the dark forest, Salamander Pond. We'd run around and pretend like we had like magic powers, or we were searching for something. We were going on an adventure of some kind, which is like whatever we were into at the time. We were pretending we were in that world. And like you remember the Fairly Odd Parents? Yeah, they're like fairies, and they have their wands and stars on them. We would just make pottery, and we just stroll or like try to like discover things or take new paths or go new ways. So we would just like wade through the water, and we would get minnows and scoop them up into buckets. And we sprayed like weed killer to clear out the plants. I don't know how to clear it out and make it so that it'd be easier to play and get around. So we killed them off for 1 year, and then they grew back in force the next year. We would go sledding on the other side of the ravine where the people had cleared out the trees. The kids in the neighborhood, Jack Woods, Dan Hildebrand, they're all, Becca was like a year younger than me, but Jack and Dan were like 4 or 5 years younger than me. It showed sometimes whenever they like get upset or cry about things. I remember the trampoline in the backyard and jumping off the deck to the trampoline, or the water the trampoline. I never did it, I was too scared about my siblings. We would just have like talks or whatever else on there and just we're just laying on the trampoline, or we would like put a sprinkler underneath or bounce on it. One time I bounced off and like flew off the side, but somehow didn't get hurt at all. And then on my butt in the grass, or we'd double bounce each other, or we'd crack the egg. Melanie would get us together, and we'd like say like we're not allowed to share anything that we talk about here, and we would tell each other secrets. It's very Melanie of her. She always said things like that. Likes family bonding and doing activities. We just had like the basement and the ping pong table that me and Becca Bob climbed all over, and we broke it because we bent the bars. Yeah, because you can fold up ping pong tables. So we were climbing up all around, and then it like bent in half, and so my dad detached it, and then he made like these little wooden pillar things to hold it up. I remember during big thunderstorms, we'd be in the living room, our family room, whatever, and we would like open the blind and just stare at them. I really wanted to see the Pokemon movie really bad. The first one, I think. She went with me to go watch the Pokemon movie, just me and her. She was very nice of her. She talked about how it's like it wasn't that bad. It was just, she's like, I just wanted to die. He's very kind-hearted, service-oriented. Laura's friends were people in Champaign, like church kids in Champaign. She didn't really have many friends in our high school, so she would always take me with her, which was kind of her because I'm sure I was obnoxious. You cut the bottom and swing, and so you'd swing on the hill and come back in.
Huh.
So we do that every time. Well, this is like, I don't know, we'd have like an area that's a dark forest and Salamander Pond. And we had like a little fort built on there. Of just how narrow the street is, or what it looks like exactly. So that's where like the Woods lives, and then the Hildebrands live here, and she still lives here, Kathy. Those are kids in the neighborhood that we always played with. And then there's no kids in these ones. Funk's lives in that one house back. So these are our antisocial neighbors that we always joked about, because they just have giant trees that block out the entire house. Oh wow, they like filled that in. So there used to be like nothing over here, and just like some trees, and we would run through to get to the other neighborhood. But all those trees like got huge. That's where I went to preschool. She had it in like her basement or something. And this is where we would wait for the bus. We would stand in this person's driveway, and the bus would always pick us up right here. So this is where Christopher used to live. So whenever we were growing up, we would always come here to hang out. So Christopher's house is this one here. It's a really big house. Nice.
Is that where they live right now?
No, that's where they used to live, and they just moved just a couple streets away. So yeah, it's like through here. So we had this. All these trees have gotten huge. You could used to just run straight through here. So I would come through here in order to get to Christopher's. Seth mentioned that like if you go in the back, there's the ravine. There's trails that you can walk in the back. But they were building this new area and like finishing it off when I was in like first grade, second grade maybe. Now like the playground and the swings.
October 26, 2018. I have learned a lot this trip. One thing, take time for Owen to sleep. So there's more fun quality time later. Taking time out of the day to get things done, let him sleep, relax, has been rewarding. I wish every vacation could be like this in some way, taking it slow every day. But when you're paying for a hotel out of your own pocket, paying for eating out every night, sometimes that doesn't fit so well into the picture. Lastly, follow your heart, or the spirit, or essentially whatever you feel is right for you. Sounds fake, but it is hard to describe, maybe because I'm still trying to figure it out too. It isn't follow your dreams of the world, or dream of a fancy rich life and go for it, or do what everyone else is doing because it's cool. It is whatever you feel is right for you. October 26, 2018. We've been major tourists this week. As I was walking down the sidewalk, well, I wasn't really walking because I was stopping every 2 seconds to look at my phone, or up at a building, back at my phone, then across the street. You could easily tell I was slowing down everyone's fast pace of life here and getting in their way. One man kindly stopped me though and asked, "What are you looking for?" Clearly, I was an eyesore and looked like I was from out of town. While we were at the popular Bean, first off, I had no idea what this thing was. I saw people post these pictures of a reflection of themselves, and I thought it was in New York, or maybe Disney World Epcot Park, for some reason. I was completely off. When I found out it was in Chicago, I was like, oh, that's here. What is it though? I tried researching online in Google, that reflection thing in Chicago, that mirror ball in Chicago. Good thing Google can somewhat read dumb people's minds. Anyways, while we were at the Bean, there was a young man by himself who had a book in his hand and was sharing about Jesus Christ. Give me a second to explain this one. It wasn't like what you expect. He didn't push flyers in people's faces and interrupt their evening out with their family. He wasn't yelling and condemning other people for sinning and not following God. He didn't pound on people's doors to push stuff down their throat. He was simply sharing knowledge he knew about God and Jesus Christ, as he felt in his heart he should. I respect that. It is not an easy thing to talk about God today. Would I do this myself? No, and for many reasons. But did he feel he should do it? Probably. Was he respectful of others? Most definitely. Was it positive and uplifting towards others? For sure it was. I wanted to shout, Amen and Encore. October 27, 2018. This week has been fascinating, to say the least. It started and ended with quite the strong reflections on Kevin's childhood. Last weekend, we went to his hometown, his stomping grounds, his soil. This weekend, we are enjoying our precious time with one of his best childhood friends. It has got my head thinking too much that I can't sleep at day or night. I am seeing the iceberg beneath the ocean. So much of what made Kevin, Kevin. I remember the first time I met Kevin's parents and siblings. It was truly an honor. Here was a behind-the-scenes look at the man I adored, loved, idled, oohed, and awed at, and so badly wanted to smooch. Because you realize he didn't kiss me until after 6 weeks of seeing each other every day. When meeting his parents, I was able to see the reasons why he was so calm and so patient with me. This is where he gets his laugh from. Oh, that's why he doesn't mind when I get upset at him. That must be why he does so many little endearing things for me. These were the same thoughts that flooded my mind as we rolled into his hometown. I think when you have a love for something, then you meet someone you love just as much, or probably even more. All you want to do is mesh them together, so you have a perfect PB&J for life. To bring this all back around, I guess this is why I couldn't sleep this week when we visited Kevin's hometown and chatted with so many old friends in Chicago. I couldn't keep up with all that I was seeing backstage, and I definitely couldn't believe what I was actually seeing. I can't even count how many times I stepped back while we were hanging out with Christopher and was just in awe. I'll be honest, I got a lump in my throat a few times.